Welcome to the second edition of Athletes Spotlight on Raise the Bar. Have you ever wondered what it takes to qualify to represent a country in an international competition? Surely, to be the exception, you must have to do exceptional things. Let's hear it out from an elite athlete, what it takes to make it to the top. Today with me is Mathilda Karlssons, the first ever equestrian to represent Sri Lanka at Olympics. Hi, Mathilda.
Hi.
Absolute pleasure to have you on my show today.
Thank you.
How have you been since I met you last in 2022, if you recall?
Yeah, I do. You're very good. Yeah, how is your kids?
They're good. They're doing really good. But yeah, grown up. And unfortunately, riding has taken a bit of a backstage because of exams and their commitment towards school, major exams coming up. But yeah, they're still loving it.
Yeah.
It's just a part of their life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get into the interview bit of it with you now. You were born in Kandy and adopted by a loving Swedish family.
Yes.
What are your early memories of Sri Lanka?
Well, I was adopted just as a baby, so I have no memories from living in Sri Lanka at all. Yeah.
So when did you first make a visit to Sri Lanka? As a child, did you ever visit Sri Lanka as a holiday destination, or?
No, actually, we never did.
Okay.
My brother, who's also adopted from Sri Lanka, he always wanted to go back to Sri Lanka and see the country and find his birth parents, and he was very much like talking about Sri Lanka all the time. Okay. And I was not at all like that. Like I didn't think about it at all. Like I felt very Swedish, and I was very I had my family there. I didn't think about it at all, actually.
Okay. So I didn't know you had a brother. I thought you were the only child. It's lovely.
Yeah. I have one brother and one older sister that is adopted from Sweden, sorry.
All right. Okay. So which age did you find out about your Sri Lankan roots? When did your parents open up about it?
Well, it was very obvious because my parents in Sweden are tall, blonde with blue eyes. So there was never any question that I was adopted. So there was never like a talk or like, a situation where there was explained or anything. My parents have always been very open, very helpful with, especially with my brother. They was always talking about Sri Lanka, and they were like, okay, we take you there, whatever. But I never felt like that. So there was never any, kind of situation where we.
Okay.
Was a moment where I realized, okay, I was adopted. It was always very natural and something very unique, and I always, never felt anything weird about it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And when was your first visit to Sri Lanka? When did you decide that you want to come and meet your biological mother? And what was the reason? What was the reason behind it?
Well, I mean, it was actually, I came as a tourist the first time, end of 2017.
Right.
Actually, I was in Singapore and it was raining there the whole time. Mm-hmm. And we decided, why don't we go to Sri Lanka? It's just a couple of hours away. Yeah. And my friends was like, you always wanted to go? And I said, yeah, I do, but it's it felt like such a huge thing for me. Like I was very taken back, and I was like, I don't know, maybe next time.
Yeah.
And then they were like, no, we're just gonna book it. So we did, and we went, and that was the best decision they could ever have made for me. Because when I arrived, it was just so emotional kind of for me. Like I felt like, oh my God, this is where I come from. And it's very difficult for me to explain that feeling that just really hit me. I was so surprised because I didn't really know much about Sri Lanka before I actually went.
Okay.
And I had no idea what a beautiful, beautiful country this is. I was so proud. I was like, oh my God, this is where I come from.
Yeah. A tropical
and
island.
yeah, really tropical. And like all the people were so friendly.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed my time, and I got to meet so many amazing people for the country. So so then it was clear for me to make the switch, and that's how it kind of all started. That I got very curious of my roots and where I come from, and this feeling was unbelievable.
Overwhelming. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
How old were you then?
Well, I was in my early 30s.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wasn't back in Sri Lanka for more than 30 years.
Yeah.
And then, and I didn't really think about it much. And then it really hit me like, wow. So it was a very cool experience.
Yeah. Was it the same year you met your biological mother, or you made another visit back to Sri Lanka for that?
No, I didn't meet them until a couple of years later. I had no plans on really, maybe I had my family and all this, but I think when you grow older, you realize what it takes for parents to give up a child. And maybe I never really thought of them as much, but probably they thought of me every day.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to give them that peace that there was the most loving thing they could have done to give me up to have a better future. And I mean, I had the best upbringing. I had all the possibilities in the world to study and become a crazy equestrian show jumper. Probably wouldn't have been possible otherwise. So I'm very grateful.
Okay, that's great to know. And did you like Kandy? That's your city you were born in, and it's rich in cultural heritage. It's a beautiful city. Did you enjoy the city? Did you like it?
I never been to Kandy. So that is definitely high up on my bucket list, because I never had the opportunity to go. I've been traveling all over Sri Lanka by now, but I never had the opportunity to go to Kandy. So next trip for sure.
Next trip for sure.
Yeah.
Perfect. So when did you first start riding? Did you start it as a hobby, or how did it all begin?
It was definitely a hobby. Like in Sweden, riding or equestrian sport is one of the biggest sports in the country.
Okay.
So the kids, it's just like soccer kind of. All the kids kind of go to riding school. It's more like a social thing in the beginning, because you go with your friends. You probably know from your daughters, they like to hang out. It's not just about the horses in the beginning. It's more about the friends. And when my friends dropped out because of studies or boyfriends or other hobbies, my love for the horses just grew, and it became the biggest part of my life.
Oh, that's lovely. When did you take up a horse riding as a professional sport? At what age was that you realized this is what I want to pursue?
I mean, pretty late. I never thought that I could ever have the possibility to become a professional show jumper. I mean, I knew that horses was going to be a big part of my life, but it's no secret that it's a very expensive sport. You need so much support. It's not just being talented and having the passion or anything. It's just so expensive, and you need such a strong team around you. And I never in a billion years did I think that I would have the chance. So I didn't go professional until late 20s, early 30s. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's quite late. Yeah.
Quite late, but then you made such a huge impact.
Oh, thank you. That's sweet.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So now, how many horses do you own by now? I know you've come a long way, and by now you have your favorite horses and a number of them.
Yeah, I have owners of most of my horses. I don't own that many of my own, but we have a big breeding operation at home. So we breed most of my horses ourselves, which is very nice. Yeah, so we have all this space around now in the summertime. It's very nice.
Lovely. Why did you choose Chopin as your horse to compete in competitions?
I mean, he was a standout talent since he was born. Okay. It was just, I didn't know because he's very big and he's like massive, big stallion. I didn't know if I could be able to ride him on that high level,
Mhm.
but I always knew it was sure for everyone that he could. I mean, he was.
Okay.
It is very rare that you have a young horse with
Mhm.
such a like obvious potential.
Yes.
Like everyone that saw him jump would
Yeah.
know this horse has so much talent.
Okay.
So it was very clear from the beginning.
Right. So you had him from like this, like you, I think you mentioned in the article, you grew up with him. He basically grew up with you. He was born.
Yeah, he was
6 years
born
old.
at my place. Yeah.
Yeah. Is he a crossbreed or is he a pure stallion?
Yeah, he's a pure Holstein stallion. Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
And how old is he now?
He's 16.
Okay.
He had a little bit of a break, so I have to say he feels very, very fit.
Okay.
16 is quite old.
Mhm.
But I hope he can stay in the big sport for at least 2 more years.
Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully longer. I don't even want to think about it.
And let's get into a little bit about your training and what it takes for you to compete in all international competitions. What was your first international competition? And you've been representing Sweden, if I'm not mistaken, for a long period of time. What was your first competition like, and where did you first perform?
I was in the Swedish team for quite a few years.
Okay.
And then a lot of people said, because I was born in Sri Lanka, and I do look different from all
beautiful.
my.
Stunning.
I don't really look Swedish, so a lot of people say, why don't you represent Sri Lanka? And it was never crossed my mind to do that, because I felt very Swedish and I was in the Swedish team. And but what really changed was, of course, my visit back to Sri Lanka. I was so blown away that there was no other way than to do the switch and represent Sri Lanka instead. And I mean, I've been told about it so many times, and it was never an option for me. But then, the visit just changed everything, and I did a
sense of belonging when you visited.
Exactly, a big proudness. Like, I wanted to show the world this flag around everywhere where I compete, and also I realized that equestrian sport was not really happening in Sri Lanka.
Yeah,
and I have to say that is one of my proudest things. Is probably that I opened up the world of equestrian sport that I love so much to young generation in Sri Lanka. That now also want to become show jumpers, and I want to have a horse and have a champagne. So
so when did you officially represent Sri Lanka in a international competition? Which year was it? Was it Olympics?
I started the process basically when I got back from my first visit. So that was in the beginning of January 2018, but it took about 6 months. It wasn't a very easy thing to do. Paperwork, of course.
Of course, yeah.
So it took about 6 months. So I think it's about, I would say it's about exactly 7 years since.
Okay. All right. Lovely. How was your journey to representing Sri Lanka in an Olympics Games? How was it like preparing for it and everything that involved? Did you ever dream of being at an Olympics? And at what point you thought, okay, I have a chance, I'm going to go for it?
Yeah, it's a good question, because I think I never really thought about being an Olympian or try to qualify for Olympics, because it was so far away in my world that I could ever be that good or like have these chances. And I know the Olympics before. I watched it, but I didn't watch it and think like, oh, I want to do the next Olympics. Not at all.
Yeah, wow.
And then I had a horse like Chopin, and it kind of just growed into that. We became so good and so successful that it just that we just realized that, we could actually have a chance to qualify for the Olympics. And then it was just at the beginning, it was obviously, we're gonna do a try, And then we realized that, oh, geez, we actually have a good chance to qualify. And because we were doing so well. And it was an amazing journey, I have to say. Like travel, it was exhausting mentally and physically. Time-wise, I was competing so much to qualify. I was away basically every week, different places in the world. But looking back now, it was probably one of the most amazing times in my life, because traveling with your team and having the same goal, and every day was just the focus on how to qualify. And then with your favorite horse, of course, then it was very, very cool period of time.
Okay. So how long did you sort of compete for before qualifying into Olympics? I think you said about 44 weeks you had to continuously compete in different
because the qualifying year is from the 1st of January until the 31st of December.
Right.
So you have 1 year to qualify as an individual.
Okay.
And you need to be better than everyone else or ride more. Like, it's just
okay.
I mean, looking back now with the experience that I gained, I had no idea what I was doing. So I was just like racing to all these shows and try to collect as many points as possible. I think now I would do it very differently. I know now what I like I can select the shows a little different. I think if I would do it again, I could make a much better rational plan for myself and for my horses and my team.
Of course. I mean, you would have been probably lucky to have a really good team in place and that support system that you needed to go ahead. And you probably decided at much later and you wanted to go into it quickly and a lot of competing to be done. So I think without a good support system, it's not an easy task, is it?
No, it's not. Like, you really need a strong team. If I wouldn't have had the team and support that I had, I would never have made it. Absolutely no chance. You can't do this alone. It doesn't matter how good of a rider you are or what a fantastic horse you have. It's impossible. It might look like a single sport, like it's not a team sport in say like soccer or hockey or basketball. But it's definitely is a team sport, because no way you can do it on your own.
For sure. How was your training schedule like during this time? Did you have a very rigorous training schedule? You had to do physical training and training with the horses as well. How was it like for you, and what kind of training did you have to have in place to compete at such a huge international competition?
I mean, it was so kind of like time-wise, it was so stressful. I had one team of horses in Mexico, and I had to compete with other horses in Shanghai the next week. So there was this basically traveling from one country to another, having a lot of management logistic-wise for the horses, needed to be taken to different places. So I think the management part was probably the hardest part for me, because I was used to dealing with so much logistic and people. So you don't really have the time to train at home. You kind of train on the
go.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, but you had the team with you, so you were on.
I had my.
Okay.
And
so you have to, I guess, train every day to stay physically fit, because. Yeah.
For me, that is very. I mean, I'm very petite. I'm quite small and light, which a lot of people think is an advantage, but it's actually not really, because I need to control a very, very big, heavy horse.
That gets me to the next question as well. I wanted to find out, like, did you have like a separate nutritional plan for you at that point, or?
Not really. I just need to eat a lot.
Okay.
Which is great, because I love food.
Love it.
Eat a lot, because I obviously burn a lot of calories training and also the mental part. You really need to stay mental. You need to eat healthy. For me, it's a very important.
And you also said that there were times you had to also train to emotionally bond with your horse and,
of course,
get that building up for a competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the biggest part of my partner in my sport is a horse, is an animal that
Yeah.
can't speak to me. So
Yeah.
we need to have this special bond that I need to try to help him as much as I can. And
Yeah.
it's only possible if I know a little bit how he's feeling. I know how he will react to things,
That's
what his fears and strengths and weakness are. So it's very, very important to spend a lot of time with your horse and have this bond of trust.
Okay, interesting. So, all right. So let me get into what plans you have for Sri Lanka and for the equestrian
Yeah.
here in Sri Lanka. Have you got any plans that you are currently working on with the
Yes.
equestrian committee here?
Yes, we are almost at the final stages, which is very, very exciting.
Excited.
We develop a little bit of a program for young Sri Lankan to come over to have the chance to train with me
Wow.
for the months, yeah, and then exchange so they can stay for hopefully 2 months or maybe even 3 months at a time.
Okay, so
And-
it's a summer program? Is it like a
What?
summer program?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's exciting because they get to see. Obviously, the sport does not exist in Sri Lanka. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But the riding and the horseman and the grooming and the horsemanship does take part. But just to come over to see what it really, because maybe a lot of the girls have, or boys as well, have a vision of how the sport.
Yes.
What they think it looked like, and then they have a chance to come and see and work and find out what it really is about. And yeah.
Well, that's exciting.
I think it's going to be very different. I think it's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
I'm very, very excited about it.
Okay. So is it going to be in Germany? That's where you based now?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any plans to open it up for kids who are in school at the moment who could come in as summer camps or,
Exactly. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. Because also, obviously, winter time is not a good idea for anyone to come and visit Germany from Sri Lanka.
Right. Yeah.
So cold.
Yeah.
And even us here is suffering in the winter too.
Okay. So
Because
how's
it's
training
just
like in winter? Do you take like a backstage? That's when you take a break and sort of
No, we need to keep going. Yeah. But we do ride indoors, but it's really, really cold.
Yes.
So we're planning like summer camps when it's time to come. Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
All right, what advice would you give all the aspiring equestrians in Sri Lanka?
I mean, of course, it's like always believe in yourself and don't give up. It really doesn't matter where you come from or your situation. So never be afraid to ask for help, and just if you believe that you can do it, it will affect other people to believe in you. It's just how it works, and just enjoy whatever it is you want to achieve. I think it's so important to just really, really enjoy the ride, even the hard times and the tough times where you think it's not gonna work. That's a part of it, and it's just how it should be.
Yeah, that's how it is with all the athletes, isn't it? And you need to put
it is.
Work at the
You
beginning.
need to have the hard times to appreciate the good times.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm so glad that I had this insightful conversation with you today, Mathilda. And
Thank you.
so much. Thank you so much for taking the time and
Thank you.
schedule to come in and speak to me today.
Of course.
Hopefully I will see you and talk to you in Sri Lanka when you visit us soon.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.